Zero Carbon Research Institute is a research and consultancy team based here in the University of Liverpool, and our main aim is to work with clients who are looking to become decarbonised and develop a roadmap to achieve net zero carbon by 2050. So one of the big projects that the Zero Carbon Research Institute is working on at the moment is Paddington Village. The partners on the project are the University of Liverpool, Bruntwood, Morgan Sindall and Liverpool City Council. There's 10 different building plots on there. So the Institute has assessed all of the building materials, all the buildings in terms of how they've been built, how they've been constructed and how they will operate over the next 60 years. What we found from a carbon perspective is that around 70 to 80% of the lifetime carbon footprint of that project is in construction. So this has real significance when we look at new projects in the city. And one of the roles I have at the moment is the Net Zero Carbon Strategic Advisor to the City Council. So we'll be using the results from this study to inform future developments across the city.
It's really important as we implement the city plan that we keep our focus on Liverpool becoming a net zero carbon city. That leadership from cities is going to be incredibly important as we tackle climate change. What we do at a local level has a big impact on national and international when you add all of the bits up. And Liverpool, with the assets that we have, should absolutely be a leading city in this. We're working closely with the University of Liverpool and Dr. Stephen Finnegan in particular, looking at net zero carbon and the built environment as we put our regeneration plans together, making sure that we don't go back to pre-lockdown levels of emissions from traffic, etc., is going to be a real challenge, but very, very important that we get these things right and that we use this period as a reset to get ourselves on a different phase of the net zero carbon journey with real leadership by the City of Liverpool as we move forwards.
The university's vision is to create a community for its stakeholders that operates in an environmentally sustainable, economically feasible, and socially responsible way. The Zero Carbon Research Institute is a key contributor to our overarching Climate Futures Group. Collectively, the work they do is critical to discovering new methods and approaches to respond to the global climate crisis. Every UK university and business is legally required to be net zero carbon by 2050, and the work of the ZCRI and others will be fundamental to the success of this transition.
Over the last year, it's been really exciting to start to work with Steve and the Net Zero Carbon Institute. As we move on, we keep looking at finding different opportunities and different ways that we can work and collaborate together further. From a zero carbon perspective, Paddington Village needed to develop a quick understanding of what's been built so far. That's where Steve's come in, and I've worked alongside him to help gather the information with other partners and colleagues so that we could get an understanding of the base and see where we could develop further and make improvements going forward.
We've been working with the Zero Carbon Research Institute, really looking at, because we were a new building here at the Everyman, relatively new, built in 2014, we could take a really analytical look of the carbon usage of the building. Now, not only the operational carbon usage, but also the embodied usage. And embodied means that the amount of carbon that went into building the Everyman initially. So what we know from that research is that we have around about, I think it's 5,435 tonnes of carbon that we need to reduce over the next 50 years of our operational cycle here at the Everyman.
I think the relationship between businesses and academia is the future, really. And it's great to sort of forge that relationship with the University of Liverpool, because we know there's so much expertise within there, and it's about unlocking that and finding the practical applications to be able to apply it to everyday business.
The Institute works primarily in the built environment, but we're also looking at major IT sectors and global supply chains and how they can become decarbonised too. So we can achieve net zero carbon, but it's a significant challenge for any business.